What's up, you guys? Your boy LT Tom West, man. I'm back at it again with another video, man. And man, the draft was crazy, man. Like, there was a lot of shockers in the draft, man. It's just really crazy how the draft panned out, man. Especially the first round. The first round to me was really a shocker. I did my last 3 mock draft videos. Y'all can go check that out. Keep those in the link in the description so y'all can go back and look at it. But man, I was off on a lot of picks. But today we just gonna kind of go over just the draft in general. So it's really gonna be no structure to this video. We just gonna talk about the draft, man. I just want to talk about kind of like the shockers of the draft, what kind of shocked me and was like, wow, that's crazy. And I also want to talk about like what were really sleeper picks and like good picks and what were just some horrible picks. So I'm gonna start off with sleepers in the draft, and I think the sleeper pick of the draft, and we're gonna look back and he's gonna be like the Alvin Kamara of this year, is Kerryon Johnson. Detroit Lions took him in the second round, which I thought was actually pretty early for him. I thought Kerryon Johnson would at least make it to maybe like the third round. But when he got picked in the second round, I was a little shocked. He got picked at the 43rd pick. But at that time, it was a lot of running backs coming off the board. I think Ronald Jones had just came off the board. So it's kind of like that's when the running back run started to kind of come, when a lot of running backs were getting taken up. Another sleeper pick of the draft, and this may be the second best sleeper pick of the draft, the Atlanta Falcons getting Calvin Ridley. What they get him at? I think at 26 they got Calvin Ridley. That's a steal. Like I said in previous mock drafts, I had him going like 14 or 15 or 16 to Dallas, or the Ravens at 16, but they ended up moving back. But Calvin Ridley, Sanu, Julio Jones. I mean, as a Panther fan, that terrifies me. With those 3 wide receivers lining up, I don't understand how if Matt Ryan can't work with this, I just don't know. I don't know. I really don't, which I know he will, but he got plenty of toys to play with in that wide receiving core. Plenty of toys to play with. Another sleeper pick, and this is probably the next biggest sleeper pick, I'm taking Lamar Jackson going to the Ravens. I think that's a huge pickup. Joe Flacco is overrated. He's not really all that. His defense really led him to the only Super Bowl he had. And besides that, he's been an average quarterback. Him and Andy Dalton are the same player, basically. I just don't see no difference between those two. But I think the Ravens got a good one. Ossie Newsome did a hell of a job. He ended up getting Hayden Hurst and as well, he ended up getting Lamar Jackson at the end of the first. So he definitely did a good job. He traded back to get some picks, and he came up to get Lamar Jackson, which I thought was cool. Bad picks. I think some bad picks. I honestly think, the bad pick of the draft was Seahawks taking Rashad Penny. Don't get me wrong, Rashad Penny's good, but first round good. I've heard a lot of comparisons with Alvin Kamara from last year, and that's why they just jumped up and took him. I thought Rashad Penny would be there at least at the end of the third, middle of third, but he ended up being the second running back to come off the board, which shocked me a lot. Another bad pick, I don't want to say bad, but I was a little shocked that the Browns took Baker Mayfield first. I'm going to be honest. Sources had told me they was leaning towards Josh Allen, but obviously with the whole tweets and stuff like that a couple hours before the draft that was leaked out, I'm pretty sure that made them lose, Josh Allen's interest, and he's now in Buffalo. Another sleeper pick and another like bad pick I thought in the draft that was a little bit questionable was Marcus Davenport to the Saints. They moved all the way up from like 28 or 27 to come get him at like 15. They traded a couple picks from him. I think they traded a second for next year, and I may be wrong, but maybe even a first for next year as well to the Packers. And Marcus Davenport is a project player. He's somebody that it may take 3 or 4 years to get him adjusted. I just did not think that was smart on the Saints end, but I hate the Saints, so hey, kudos to them. And then the team, I'm going to talk about the team that I really think nailed the draft, and I hate to say it because I cannot stand this guy, but I think the Giants nailed the draft. I really do. They had a really good draft. Getting that guard out of UTEP and then getting Saquon Barkley, they had a good draft. They had some other picks that were very good too. Um, I think the Giants honestly won the draft. I really do think they did a good job and lost the draft. It's a couple teams I think did bad, but I think the other team in New York, the Jets. I mean, besides Donald, I didn't really see really any other talent that they really got that they really needed. Now I could be wrong in 2 or 3 months or whatever, or when the season gets started, I could be wrong. But I just feel like the Jets didn't really hit it for me in the draft. I feel like the Panthers did bad in the draft, and that's my own team. I like the DJ Moore pick, I like the Dante Jackson pick, and I like the Ian Thomas pick. But the rest of those picks are kind of questionable. I really didn't understand how they ended up getting like 3 linebackers in the draft, a corner that could play safety. That is the guy that flicked off the Alabama fans, so I do like that. But I mean, besides that, I mean, I just didn't think the Panthers did a good job. I think the Falcons did a great job in the draft. I think the Buccaneers did a real good job in the draft. Let me give them some kudos. The Buccaneers landed the draft. They did good. I think the Ravens did really good in the draft. And I felt like everybody else was just kind of mediocre. This draft was somewhat kind of weak. Not a lot of talent like everybody was saying it was going to be. Yeah, it wasn't that much talent to me. Now that I look back at after the running backs was gone, it was kind of like, okay, after Geis was gone, no more running backs were gone. That was in like the second or third round. But I don't know. This draft was kind of weak to me, besides quarterback. But I felt like the rest of the positions it was kind of weak, especially D line. Not a lot of D linemen coming out that were really impressive. Like I said, he moving all that much up for Marcus Davenport. That tells you what type of depth there was in this draft, and that's little to none in the DN section. But you guys get in the comment box, man. Let me know how y'all feel about the draft, and I'm out.